Hey everybody, it's Jenya, and today I wanted to do a thrift tag video because I thought that would be really fun and applicable to do in my situation. And as you know, I have a blog. It's beingjenya.wordpress.com, and on my blog I have a section which is called Thrifting for Treasure. I go thrifting on average once or twice a week, which I think is a lot. And having the free time on my hands that I have, I figured that I can share something, and maybe the information that I will share with you will find useful. Anyway, so the tag consists of 10 questions, and the first question is, when and why did you start thrifting? I started thrifting when I was in ninth grade. It was back in the 1990s, and I was living in Russia, and it was crazy, crazy scary, and there was like no money whatsoever, and the 1997 crisis just hit, so it was actually, money was tight, and to be frankly speaking, there was not that much clothing or variety, in the stores, or whatever it was either from like China or Korea or Turkey, and I didn't want that. So we had this huge thrift store open, and in Russia they're called second hands. So when I was in ninth grade, my mother and I decided to go there, and oh my gosh, I bought so much stuff. I was so happy. It was like the best day of my life. I had new outfits. It was like a back to school type of thing that I want to get there. And so this was when I started thrifting. So it was ninth grade. I think I was like 14 or 15 years old. I think I was just turned 15 because my birthday's over the summer, and so I went to school when I was very young. Okay, so uh, who do you usually thrift with? I usually thrift by myself, but well, okay, so when I lived in New York, I thrifted by myself because nobody really wanted to go with me, nobody really had time. And when I lived in Russia, I either thrifted with my mother, or sometimes I would go with my girlfriends, but not very often. And now that I live in Minneapolis, I do have friends that I go thrifting with. I have one girlfriend, and her and I went thrifting together to our local Salvation Army, which I will mention later. And her and I we're talking about it because she's also from Russia, and she used to be a very successful journalist and used to work for one of the biggest media companies in Russia. And now all we have is money to go buy clothes at a thrift store. I think that is kind of ironic, but that's just me. Anyways, um, what is the first section you stop by at the thrift store? To be frankly speaking, I always go and check out purses. I'm a purse freak. I will go, and if I can find a purse that I like, I'm willing to pay $10 for it. This is probably the highest line that I've drawn for myself. I will pay $10 for a purse, and that's it. Anyways, the purses are the first thing, and then I go look through the clothes. The thing is, I always go to a thrift store with something in mind, like I need to go there and get something for myself. So like yesterday we went thrifting, and I needed a pair of skinny jeans because my jeans were getting worn out. So I had to scout through four huge racks of jeans to find like 4 or 5 pairs to try on, and there we were. So basically I go to the purses first, and then whatever I need. I usually go to the jewelry counter last. I know some girls have been doing this video, and they've been mentioning they always check out the jewelry counter first because it's right there. I kind of go there last. I don't know why, it's just a habit of mine, so that's kind of weird. Anyways, number 4, what is your favorite thrift store ever? I can't tell because like, they're all different, and there are some thrift stores where you go in like one week and you're, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff, it's so amazing, and then the other week you go in there and you're like, ugh, what happened? Like, did everything get sold out? Um, in New York, my favorite thrift store was Housing Works, and they have several different locations throughout the city, so you guys can go check out the local one that if you live in New York. In Minneapolis, I think I should say Steeple People is my number one. So Steeple People, and then the Salvation Army, and as one of the other YouTubers mentioned, there's this website where you can go and you type in your zip code, and it gives you a list of thrift stores where you can go. I checked out the one from Minneapolis, and it didn't give me all the thrift stores, and so if you guys are interested, I can give you more like information on the thrift stores that I go to in Minneapolis, in the downtown area, and then the area around it. So like Dinkytown and Whittier, and other places. Okay. Um, what has been your best find so far? I think that my best find has been my Coach purse, and It's not like a Coach purse, it's a Coach bag, it's a crossbody. I've showed it in one of my Thrifting for Treasure videos, and I think I featured it on my blog as well. So that was one, like when it comes to purses. My other great find was my coat from Nordstrom's, the wool one, which only cost me like $4 and it was originally 200 bucks. So I think that was my biggest find, not just because, you know, it's a Nordstrom brand or whatever, but just because it's very warm and comfy. Um, are you a label whore? Yes, I am. Unfortunately, I have to admit I am a label whore. Though I will tell you that I will buy vintage clothes if it fits. The thing is, I'm so small, I'm so skinny. It's so hard for me to find a small and, I don't know, like size appropriate clothing for me, because I've I've noticed that a lot of vintage dresses are very big, like very big in size, and so they're too big for me. The cool thing is, I can always buy a vintage skirt and I can always cut it, like what I did with one of my skirts. I think it's also featured on my blog somewhere, so you're more than welcome to check it out. Okay, what do you think of people who say thrifting is gross? Well, I think you're gross. I really don't think you're gross, but whatever. I mean, like, if it's not for you, it's not for you. If you have the $200 to drop on a coat, go for it. I only have $4 to drop on a coat, so there we go. That, you know, is just the way things are. What is your best tip for starting thrifters? My best tip is know what you need, know what you're looking for, and always try things on. And always look for, like, you know, hidden flaws, because sometimes, like, you never know why a thing has been given to a thrift store, because sometimes there might be like a hole or a cut or a rip or like a stain or something like that. So always look for those, and make sure that if you're not sure if you want to buy something, well, with thrift stores, my idea is you can always take it back. I mean, like, you can't take it back for money, but you can always donate it back to a thrift store. So if you buy something that you don't like, well, just take it back and donate it there. Would you be willing to give up thrifting? No way. Like, never in my entire life. Never, never, never. I will thrift until I die. I think. I don't know. I think sometimes my husband is embarrassed that I thrift, but he actually, like, you know, he likes the good deals that I find, because, like, you know, with all the jeans and such. Like yesterday, I came back with two pairs of jeans that were both $4 each, and he was like really proud of me. He's like, "Oh, good job, babe." So, you know, it's great encouragement. The only thing is, I never go with him. So he stays at home when I thrift. Sometimes I bring him things from the thrift stores, but it depends. Who is your favorite thrifter on YouTube? My favorite thrifters are Stephanie and Melissa from the Fashion Citizen, and I don't only like them because I won one of their giveaways like back in spring, but I also like them a lot because they know how to style those pieces, and they have a great sense of style as well. But I think they're both in school for fashion, and I know that they both work in retail, so they kind of have like this whole, you know, latest trend, and incorporating that into, with, like, you know, you doing it with their thrift store finds. My other favorite YouTube thrifter is Sammy Davis from Sammy Davis Vintage. She's just amazing, and she has such passion and such great personality. She's like so excited when she talks about it. It's always, you know, it's always emotion. It's always fun. It's great. I mean, she has such positive energy that you um you can, like, you know, recharge yourself using her positive energy. So this was my tag, my thrift tag, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments. And I also thrift for crafts, like craft supplies and craft materials. So if you're interested in that, I can make a separate video. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.